you would not be seeing this video. If God had already made you rich, if you had already gotten what you've been praying for, what you've been asking for, and that may be for a reason. The fact that you clicked on this video of a small creator like me sitting in my car, that it was put on your algorithm, and you still haven't made it, you still haven't gotten that richness, that money you've been praying for, maybe to take care of your family, maybe to buy a supercar, whatever your reasons are, may have been intentional. Now, I don't say that to test and judge God's will, because it's not like God just randomly, boom, put this on your For You page. Sure, he has the power to, but it's the YouTube algorithm. It's what you've been interested in recently, what's been on your mind. And the complicated genius algorithm of YouTube thought that you were ready for this video. And if I've still got your attention, you might be starting to think, what the hell is this video even about? I'm going to tell you very simply. It is that you are about to make it. You are on the cusp. You are very close. And here's how I know. Your mental state and the way you perceive the world, the way you think, the way you feel, and the work that you do dictates the things that happen around you, dictates the amount of money you have. That's why when people say money is an illusion, it is. Because money is energy. And energy isn't something that you can see, but it is something that you can feel. And if you are genuinely sitting down to watch this video, and I still have you a couple minutes in, your attention span is at the level that other people's is not. I check my YouTube statistics. Most people do not make it this far into the videos. And hell, this one may even blow up and go viral, because the advice I'm about to give you is something that took me a long time, a very long time of getting in and out of self-improvement, making some money, then losing my momentum, being in the gym, then getting out of the gym, losing some progress. The consistency and the momentum all comes from what I'm about to convey to you guys. And I'm not saying this is some magic pill, some fixed solution, some bull crap that you want to hear. Like, you want me to tell you, boom, if you do this, you're going to get rich, and you're seeing this video at the perfect time, this and that. It's not exactly that. But it is a system that you guys can put into place that I have discovered and I've put into my life. And I'm already seeing dividends from it. Seriously. I've made more money. I've had way more energy than I've had before. I would get drowsy. I would take naps. Now, I can work 10, 11, 12 hours. No problem to achieve my goals. And the fact that I am not some millionaire, I'm not somebody with 1, 2, 300,000 subscribers. I'm not, the people that post every single day, that post all the repetitive stuff, is an advantage for you watching this video. And that's why I felt so convicted to make this. This idea came to me in the middle of deep work out of nowhere, and I literally grabbed my journal to write this down. But what you guys need to focus on, something that's worked for me, something that I've realized, learning from every single genius on the internet who teaches you to make money, teaches you how to get big in the gym, they all share one thing. No matter whose course you buy, no matter what vessel you're going to use to make money, if it's day trading, if it's venture capitalism, if it's personal training, if it's an online business, it's all based on systems. And here's how you can achieve those systems. You need to be able to dissect your thoughts at all times throughout the day. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can do that. And it's more complicated than it sounds. It might sound like, okay, boom, I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to think, I'm going to become more aware, but no, it's something you actually have to become very consistent at. And there's a certain way that you have to do it. But I'm going to tell you exactly how. When you're thinking things, your outside environment and what you're feeling actually influences what you're thinking. And thinking starts the chain of what you feel in the future and what you do. You think, which causes a chain reaction, boom, that causes you to feel a certain way. Then that feeling causes you to do something. For example, if I think, okay, I'm hungry, that's a thought, right? Or I think about a cheeseburger, boom, now I feel hungry. I felt hungry, so now boom, now I'm working, now I'm willing food by going to the kitchen and making a cheeseburger. You understand? It all starts from thought. When you can analyze your thoughts, when you can analyze the things you think throughout the day, because you forget 1,000 things every day. If you can write those down, if you can remember the ones that stick, you can translate that into feelings. And feelings translate into actual work. So boom, if you are at the gym and maybe you're listening to a podcast about making money or starting a business, you're going to forget 1,000 things from that podcast. If you have a journal next to you, and it doesn't even have to be structured, it doesn't have to be perfect, all it has to be is information that you can write down. If you start thinking about personal training, that podcast you're listening to, boom, gave you the download about personal training into your mind. Okay, boom, now you write that down. Now you're feeling, after you write it down, you transmute it into a feeling. Now you're feeling, what might it be like to be a personal trainer? Now, the dangerous part is you're going to feel the positive and the negative thoughts. And the negative thoughts are going to come first for most people because of our negative environments that we live. When you ask somebody how's their day going, a lot of people are going to tell you the first problem that they've had. Oh, I'm tired. I'm good, but this and that. If you can reverse that and think about positives, then boom, you are going to be feeling and be able to transmute this into actual things much easier. So if you think about personal training, your brain is wired to think about positive things. You can then feel what it would be like to have a client. Maybe you can picture it deeper in your mind. You could picture the 35-year-old father who has a beer belly and can't take care of his family correctly because he can't take care of his body. You can picture the ideas that you're going to push to that man in his mind through your business, and that's how you get your value. Once you can feel that, then you can actually will it into the universe. You can work at it. Once you feel what it's like, okay, boom, I'm going to be a personal trainer and provide value, which is going to bring me money and cash flow. Once you feel that, then when you wake up in the morning, your incarnation says, bam, I am going to will my way into that feeling through my thoughts. So boom, you write it down in the journal. You wake up, you read that journal, and you say, okay, if I want this 35-year-old father to be in better shape, I better go learn right now the best way for a 35-year-old man to lose weight, specifically, and then I could sell it. Boom. And that all started from a thought. That all started as a chain reaction from something that you thought of. And that turned its way into a will, a piece of work. Now, if we can retrace to why you needed to hear this now, why it is highly likely that this piece of information is something that can exponentially change who you are, who you're becoming, and put you on the right path, is because I've been doing self-improvement for a long time personally. And I don't claim to be better than you guys at all. I have a great physique, but I'm not famous. I'm not rich. You understand? I have money and I have some status, but I have a couple thousand subscribers, not a couple 100,000 yet. So I'm in the same stage that you guys are in. And this is something that I just learned, that if I wouldn't have learned this, I have true conviction to know if I didn't come across this thought, I wouldn't be able to take it to the next level. This is something that you were going to figure out anyways. And if you didn't figure this out, you weren't going to get to those goals that you want. So when you picture yourself, boom, and maybe you want to live in a big city, maybe you want to live in a penthouse and you can do work from your laptop, and that's what you want. That's how you want to get rich. This is prerequisite to that. What I just told you has to happen for you to get to that point. Now your job is to execute upon that. And if you already have clicked off the video, if you already have clicked off the video, you're not going to get everything you absolutely need, because you need to be able to apply it firmly. And the way you can apply it is by letting go of the feeling that's going to be trailing you at all times. Letting go of the feeling that says, okay, this isn't normal. I need to do it this way. I need to do it that way. You need to let go of that. You need to get into the flow of actually changing. If you feel uncomfortable bringing a journal around and documenting some thoughts that you have, you're definitely not going to feel comfortable in a penthouse. As cool as it sounds, you're going to do it. You're going to be in that penthouse if you somehow are able to skip this step, and you're going to be like, what the hell? And you're going to have anxiety. You're going to be anxious. You're not going to feel right about it. You need to go through the struggles. You need to go through the tribulations. I'm going through those tribulations right now, and I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I want to bring you guys to that light at the end of the tunnel too. That's why this video is important, and that's why you guys are still watching and paying attention. If you are still here, however long, probably 8 to 10 minutes, however long this video has been so far, if you are still here, you have the conviction. You know what you need to do, okay? The people that say, oh, this video is BS, or the people that aren't going to make it are the people that already clicked off. You understand? The people that already said, okay, maybe I got what I needed, or they didn't see it all the way through. If you are still here, if you are still with me, still understanding what I'm saying, you're not looking for a quick fix, and you're understanding deeply and trying to picture it in your mind exactly how this is all going to work for you, if you're still here, you're much more likely to make it. You understand? And I'm not one of those super famous people who do this all day and write a script and use AI and this and that. I'm just like you guys. I got a couple thousand subscribers. I don't even have a Google AdSense account. I'm not going to get paid a dime from this video. And you guys are still here. And I genuinely just want to convey that to you guys as best as I can, because that's what my channel is all about. If you guys don't know who I am already, this is what I do. I'm in that learning process. And subscribing to me, I feel like, is an investment. And it's not only an investment for you, I want to work with you guys. You guys can be in my comments. We can ask each other questions. That's what I've done before. That's what I'm still doing. And I have the conviction that I genuinely love making these videos for you guys so we can all grow together. So instead of seeing me as somebody who wants to sell you something or wants to, do this or that, I genuinely, like, what's in it for me is the growth that I get from teaching you guys. And that's the type of soul that I am. And I understand that through deep studying and deep self-improvement. I've understood that. So now that you guys know what your next steps are, now that you guys have seen this video came to you for a reason. You guys understand that by now. Now that you guys have seen that, I need you to go apply it. I went over exactly how to do that. I appreciate you guys watching. Now you can click off. But I hope you can click subscribe first. Maybe share this with somebody. Share this with a big group of friends. If you guys want to grow, this is the type of stuff that you need to grow with together. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Apply what I told you. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Be productive. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, thank you.